Hi, my name is Holly Leymeister. I am a victim of domestic violence. It's been a lifelong battle with narcissistic abuse, and I have the I have the scars to show for it. So I'm going to do my best here, and despite an amazingly powerful, all-encompassing, highly strategic smear campaign slash gaslighting slash gang stalking attack that I am experiencing because of Myron and his supporters, I'm here now. I am using my phone and my device, my YouTube account, to be out here right now boldly and say, I have to ask for help. Again, and I feel like I have to do something to be able to bypass the extreme controlling nature of the abuse that I'm experiencing. I feel like I really got it worse than so many other people, and it's absolutely terrible. I believe that if I was able to prove what's happening, it would be literally international news. It's not my delusions. It's not my paranoia. It's not the sneakiness behind my covert narcissism, which doesn't exist, or my desires to pull upon your heartstrings. You can take what you want, leave what you want. You can stop watching. You can say no, thank you. It's up to you. It's up for you to decide. And as a non-narcissist, I will say I actually be able to understand and respect that. I want you to make a decision that you want to make, whatever it is. But I'm here to ask for help because my situation is very bad. I've pretty much suffered and struggled because of narcissistic abuse, which had been pretty much ongoing my entire life. It just transferred from one power to the next. I've had horrible jobs. I was homeless because my narcissistic father kicked me out for something stupid like having a tattoo when I was 18. But all he was really saying, even though I didn't know it at the time, was, I just don't want you here. I don't want you in this house. I don't want to share the space anymore. And you're not going anywhere. You're not going to amount to anything. I can do this and get away. But it never occurred to me to call the police and say, is he allowed to do this? Like, this person is saying that I'm being kicked out. Like, it didn't occur to me to go to help or ask for help. That was how much I was impacted by narcissistic abuse. Is it learned helplessness? Probably. I feel totally conditioned. Like, the idea of asking for help is hard for many reasons. And it's not a blow to the pride as much as it was supposed to be designed to be, because if I didn't figure it out myself and I didn't do all this myself, then it's supposedly supposed to poorly reflect my abilities, my mental capacity, my natural abilities. But I don't see it that way at all. It's hard because I have so many things I need help with. It's like I don't know what to ask for. I don't know what to say. I'm bad at public speaking. You'll have to forgive me. I'm not a center stage kind of person. I am not an attention seeker. I don't like the limelight. And I'm terrible, absolutely terrible at public speaking. So, here we go. So, I guess I'll just do a wish list. And I guess that's about it. I have probably $50 to my name. I generally earn only about $50 or $60 a week donating plasma. That was the only way I was able to earn anything right now. I can't find work. I can't even find a volunteer opportunity. I've had volunteer fire departments give me a hard time in a way that was supposed to be isolating and gaslighting. I've been ignored by churches. The only way I can eat is to go to one church food pantry, and that's very questionable. And I depend on whatever cash I have to be able to supplement when I'm not able to get. And a free for all. The church is literally ran like a free for all. They got tons and tons of food and resources, and people come in and they just literally start taking all the stuff, and they just take as much as they can for themselves, and they just walk out of there. And it steadily got worse. And this is the only way I get to eat, and I mean that. I won't be able to really afford food for myself at all. One time I had a panhandle. It was the most painful thing in the world. And I was doing it to try to raise money to get my bicycle on the road. I actually had to beg for that. I was trying to get help to buy bird food. This is one of the reasons why I was able to, I started this. I didn't really get help. I don't get any donations. I haven't had any items drop shipped at all. I had... The Humane Society didn't really have help. They just had some seed. And another rescue literally drop shipped a bag to a store. I had to go find a way to go pick it up. And they weren't actually willing to do anything else whatsoever. And that's a different situation. And I'm trying to stay focused here. But I've had it really bad. I've had bad jobs in which my regret wasn't that I didn't have what it takes to be there. It was the fact that I said yes to a job because like everyone else, we all need to work. We need the money. And we all convince ourselves that we have to be able to do whatever it takes to survive. And I've had some really, really toxic environments that I didn't have the ability to withstand because I had been narcissistically abused and traumatized by narcissistic abuse in my life, and it was excruciatingly difficult. And these places were like revolving doors. They had high turnover. This was not about me. And I remember actually walking in at least 2 environments where I walked into their toxic environment. I did not create their toxic environment or imagine it and create it in my head. It was literally bad. So I'm experiencing intimate partner violence with Myron. Him and I stopped being intimate several years ago. I'm perfectly happy with that. I don't feel trauma bonded to him anymore, but the abuse is ongoing. So we may not be consummating what sounds like by definition an intimate partner relationship, but the abuse that he did before, during, and after is still present, and it only got worse. And it only got worse. So imagine a person who's got his claws into me, won't let me go, is basically saying, you're not going to have an end date. There is no end date to what I'm doing here, which is like he's deciding for me whether or not I have the right to privacy. I have the right to be independent. I have the right to be free. Like, I'm not letting you go yet. You haven't learned your lesson yet. You hadn't learned your lesson. You're not allowed to be I'm not letting you go. My supporters, my fellow narcissistic, gang stalking, abusive, gaslighting people are doing our own form of social justice for you. You're not going to be able to go nowhere until you pay attention to us and learn your lesson. You have to see it our way or else. That is what's happening here. And it's so big. And it's so serious that it's meant to just crush me. It's not about compliance to follow their actual understanding of how it would really work to be able to get free. They're not giving me the map to be free from narcissistic abuse. They just want to convince me through psychological torture that freedom is a possibility, but it's only an illusion. A lot of it proves that. It's a constant redirect in that direction, every argument, every action that they take. Narcissists in general especially, but the person I'm talking about and his supporters. So it's really bad, and I'm here to ask for help. I will probably have to go out there and panhandle soon. because I really do need help. So I guess I just go out on a limb here, one way or another, whether you believe me or not, whether you like me or not, whether you've seen or heard all my so-called ramblings and bad behaviors, and you want me to know how wrong I am, how bad I am, how inaccurate I am, how harmful I really am, how much I need to be removed from society and your own image so I can learn a lesson, which is absolute nonsense. But it's actually happening, and some people really are getting behind the thrill of having that much power. But all they're really doing is abusing someone, and that is it. I won't see it any other way. So, gosh, I need help. Like I said, everything is a priority. I have very, very, very little money. I don't have the ability to make a lot of money. I don't know anyone who can help. No, I can't just move out. And this isn't because I'm trauma bonded. It's not because I'm afraid of what would happen if I do. It's actually because of something a lot more far reaching and tangible and complete than that. I've seen plenty of evidence that if I do step foot out this door and I abandon everything, they're not done. Him and his supporters are not done. They're not through with me. They're saying that you're not going to be free. I'm not going to let you go until I say so. So he is not a victim of my abuse of any kind, since he is trying really, really hard to make sure that I suffer and struggle and fail, and he's doing something that has no end date. That's about absolute power, domination, destruction, and control. And I'm not blaming myself for it. I'm just not going to. So I have a wish list. I guess I'll just say that I wish that I could get help with getting more of his food. He likes Zoom Prime Fruit Blend pellets, and that's it. He doesn't want or like anything else. He's one of the most stubborn animals I've ever had. He doesn't like change. It's weird. He doesn't like change. He doesn't like variety, and he hates it when I change his food. He really does. And he's been extra stubborn about the pellets that I've been giving him because after I panhandled and I raised money to get bags of food, I got a couple big, really big bags of food, and I was afraid that he won't eat it, and he's been excessively stubborn about it. It's almost like he put his little foot down, just little crawl down to say, no more. You can't tell me to eat anything else, little brat. So I guess that'll be my help. Just if I had help with that. My bearded dragon, she likes to eat spring mix, leafy green mix, and I would have to go to the grocery store and be able to get vegetables and that sort of thing. I guess second item on my wish list is this is so embarrassing. And I hope it's further testament to my struggles, but I actually need personal references. I have none. I have no support. I have no help. I have no resources. It's not because I'm a bully. It's not because I was found out and I was exposed for the terrible, negative, closed-minded, prejudiced person they think I am. They're trying to paint me out to be. They say, but we can't be a liar because we're broadcasting you, live streaming you. We can't be wrong. Everything is just raw, live footage nonsense. And I'm sorry. I did not accidentally let slip. And if you want to take their side, that's fine. If you don't want to believe me, that's fine. Just don't abuse me, don't harass me, don't start following me on social media to try to make my life miserable. Be respectful and make the right decision. So, I need references. I am trying to prepare for an appointment application with the Charles County Sheriff's Office. They require the references in order to move forward with the background investigation. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to go since I've had more jobs than anyone else under the sun. But I do know that certain healing steps I've taken since then has made a lot of difference in my life that will actually help me moving forward overall. I know that I would be capable of doing a better job of handling my own because I'm finally starting to know what it feels like to just firmly say no and say, look, I don't have to bend, I don't have to break, I don't have to accommodate. And victims of narcissistic abuse know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not just I just want to nod my head enthusiastic and say yes. Narcissists are very sophisticated with their manipulation, and before you know it, you're suddenly believing whatever their claims are. They could try to convince you that you're literally everything under the sun. They've tried that over and over again, quite ruthlessly, for years. So I am going to say I need help. I was going to literally get a sign and go out there and not panhandle for cash to help me get bird food, but I was going to go out there and ask for references, personal references, and if someone's willing to vouch for me to see if I can get to the next step in the employment application. I can't get to the next step. That's how bad it was. That's how extreme the manipulation and the abuse was. It's like they're slowly pushing me towards, the ultimate conclusion that they want it to happen. The narcissists, the team up nonsense stuff. So it would just help me get to the next step in the employment application. If that was possible, I would be completely elated. I do not know how long the background investigation will take, but I'm kind of hoping that maybe if I had a couple of months, 2 or 3 months to gather the resources, the references, and prepare to hopefully finish the physical agility test, then I can get to the background check and just see what happens from there. And I'm actually completely open and willing to accept whatever they decide. The background investigator and what he says. I'm okay with it. I really am. And when it comes time to, if I got past that and got to the next step and they have another evaluation and then another evaluation, that's fine with me. And it's perfectly okay. But I just want a chance. I wanted to see where I can go with it. So wish list item number 3 is hopefully help to get items for my bicycle. I have no brakes. And it can be downright kind of scary. I also need a new bike chain to replace the one that Myron made disappear. I didn't realize that my bike chain had actually disappeared. When I was in Suitland, I remember riding for like a year straight on my bicycle up to Northwest DC for a job I had that was actually okay, and I did not feel ganged up on. I did not feel bullied. I did not feel gaslighted. I did not feel like I was being mocked. I really didn't. I had 2 bike locks, one for the front tire and one for the back. And we moved out here to Indian Head, and I just realized that I can't find it. I can't find the chain at all. I spent money on that. I spent my money on that. On all of my bike items, it was my money, not his. It was not his property. It all belonged to me. It's gone. I honestly don't know where it's at. You say, well, things get lost all the time in moves. Please, before you make that reasonable shift in attitudes to overwrite my claim, I like to throw in the fact that he made my stuff disappear after we moved in here to prove that he's capable of touching something of mine without my knowledge, without my permission, and do something with it, knowing that I will be hurt and bothered, and I can't prove it. And then he just goes back to Darvo. He acts like it doesn't exist, it didn't happen, just to drive me nuts, because he knows that my property will disappear if he says so. And the amount of manipulation that is going on is so severe I've had the insinuations that my bird will be put up for adoption against my knowledge or will, that my bicycle will disappear. And then it's all a part of his attack with his helpers. They are helping him do that. They're trying to prove to me they can make phone calls look real, emails look real, images look real. They can modify things. I posted a video about that, I think I posted it on Facebook. It tried to prove that the audio visual of things are actually getting modified. My phone is not hacked. There's something totally different going on here. So, my stuff disappeared because he wanted to teach me a lesson. The dangers of making that mistake, the breaking that rule or breaking that law in his kingdom, his mini kingdom. He took stuff from me, knowing that no one's going to do anything, that I can't be free, I can't escape, and he has supporters. He likes being the center of attention of this crazy world he created. What kind of comparison is really going on here? So that would be wish list item number 3. If I could help with getting some items for my bicycle, like a new inner tube, the portable pump in case I get a flat tire. I've had at least 2 of those now. I need a new tail light. I would like additional lighting for my bicycle just to be a little bit more visible, but brakes are big. I need a new tail light that's big. I need a new inner tube. I need what they call the bead. It's just a plastic rubber piece that keeps the inner tube in place in the wheel. I need help getting those. I can't afford it at all. At some point, I probably will have to get a new basket in the back. It helps me carry items like my lunch bag or groceries. I've used that quite a bit, and it's been absolutely spectacular. And I need a new replacement chain to replace the one that he took from me. Item number 4 on my wish list is help paying off. I don't like asking for money. It feels like it's not really the value behind what it is, except, there's no denying that it has an impact. That's why abusers want you to be financially at a disadvantage, because it keeps you at a disadvantage. It keeps you struggling and poor and miserable, and it makes you more vulnerable to pretty much everything. Everything. Something bad happens, you can't afford anything. Guess what happens? Yeah, you suffer more. But because of being poor, I had to max out my M&T credit card. I actually had to go into the negative, and I had an overdraft set up, and I thought that was absolutely good and fine. It's not to teach me not to be bad with my money. I actually needed that help. I've been paying it off. Overdraft does not have any fees or anything like that, so I'm very, very grateful. But I still have $80 of my overdraft I have to pay. I have hundreds of dollars on my M&T credit card because those fees are ridiculous, and very little goes to the principal, and it's ridiculous. But if I actually had money, I would have paid it off by now, or at least paid it off like in huge chunks. I would have at least double or triple the minimum payment every month if I could. So this is not just about my financial literacy. This is about extreme poverty. If you have nothing at all, no money at all, there's nothing you can do. Nothing at all. So how that connects with the eavesdropper stalkers who are violating my privacy to teach me a lesson, I'm telling you again, I don't care. So wish list item number 5 is kind of big, and it makes me very uncomfortable, but I just feel like saying it anyways. Why not? I think having a car and an extra chunk of change to help carry cover gas to help me carry over while I try to earn for DoorDash and Uber Eats would be tremendous. I don't know anyone who can help me get a car. I don't have cash to rent a car. I do not have cash to buy a cheap beater car. And what's the point of having a car that has to turn around and get a new transmission or 4 wheels? I have no money at all. I don't know anyone who can co-sign. Not at all. I have a driver's license. I'm insurable. I just don't have the money to get a car. So I know that if I had a car and cash to help with the gas, just I don't know how long it takes. Maybe someone better with money knows how much it would really take. It will help me just start making money with Uber Eats and DoorDash again. There are a couple of companies that I think that might be willing to hire me if I had the ability to have a car, because I have to have a car. I do. So if I had a car, I would try to do Uber Eats or DoorDash. I don't have the ability to rent one. I don't really want a scooter, because a car is better for carrying things and everything. It really is. Plus, if I had the car, it could open up the other job opportunities. So I think that's it. And I really appreciate you taking the time to listen at the very least. I think I want you to be able to reach out to me through my social medias, I guess. I might put my email or something. I don't know what is best or what is safest at this point. I don't really know. I'll just try to do my best. This is my Twitter account. You can see here. Hopefully you can. I have a cracked screen. Oh, I guess I could put that on my wish list. I wish I had a replacement screen for this phone. It's actually really bad. And yeah, awesome sauce. So that's that. I also have a Facebook account. I will probably go ahead and put that information. I'm sorry to waste your time. I'm sorry for the ramble. And thank you for listening. Thank you for listening at the very least. I appreciate it. And if you don't come after me and attack me, thank you for that too. It's been pretty bad. It's Holly signing off.